Hi everyone, this is Lisa Fish. I'm going to talk to you today about how you can create a contact form within digital experiences. I didn't really know how to do this when I started out, and I came up with three options to see which one I would like the best. I'm going to share them with you so that if you want to choose one, then you can as well. Digital experience is very robust and there's a lot you can do. I barely scratched the surface of this UX for our users, but here we can begin with the contact form. The first one is the HTML editor. To get to your HTML editor, you go to your components and you grab the HTML button onto the canvas, and then you can click on it and you can see that I already plugged in the code that I wanted to use. Now, to get this code and for it to be compliant with Salesforce, you need to go to your web to case HTML generator. Go to your home, you go to web to case, you put that in, and this pops up. These are the fields that are available to me. Now you can go to your case object and create more fields to pull over, but these are the ones that I chose to pull over. I want it to be visible in my self-service portal. I'm not going to put it here, but I did create a URL for a hidden page in my site that says thank you. So once somebody submits their form, a thank you message will pop up on a page that I created, and this is the URL for that. I don't need a captcha for this. I'm going to generate it. Then I'm going to copy and paste this information into the HTML editor to create that web to case. The problem is that when you do, it looks like this. And it's not very pretty. So we want to create some stylization. Now, I'm not a coder. If you're a coder, then you could probably pull this off. I know some understanding of HTML tags, but I decided to go to chat to plug it in and see if I could work out the stylization. Again, the problem with it is trying to find that exact code that can fit into Salesforce, and I had to use language. There's a reason why prompt engineering is an emerging field. You have to be able to create language that is literal and that your GPT can actually understand and get your, desired results. So I would use words like specific, compliant to Salesforce, digital experiences pages, and web to case forms. That it was a web to case form that actually returned the information I wanted in a case. So I just, you can see that I did a lot of trial and error to work out the code that would work. I had a lot of problems with, if it was not, again, compliant in Salesforce. But I did land on a good code that works. So when I enter the fields here, the information does go to my cases. So you can see on my cases, this is one of the informations that I pulled in from the web, and it just gave me a nice case every time I did that. Okay, so the second way to do this is just using the contact support form that's already in Salesforce. This is also fairly straightforward, but with everything in Salesforce, you have to actually create the artifacts before you can, display them in your layouts. So the component that you're going to grab is going to be, let's see, what am I looking for here? It's going to be this contact support form that you drag onto your canvas. Okay, and so then it gives you these options. You have general settings where you can create a title and a subtitle, so you can put just contact there if you want to. You can, if you have a very high volume site, then you can create your cases and batches, which I don't need for this portfolio site. This guest community case, global action is required, so you need to actually create the global action before you can pull it in. So you can see I created it here, and then you have to access your layout and create the fields that you want. Again, if you want different or more fields, you can go to your case object and you can actually create more fields for that if you like. And then you're going to also pull it in as a guest communiques, the same global action for guest users. And if you need to go to your guest user and actually give them access, you can do that here. A lot of times people don't see it on their public sites because they don't do this step. You need to come over to your quick actions and you have to move over the global action that you want to be seen on your site. So the finished product is really very nice. Let's see if I can pull that up. So then here we have, oh, it's not coming. That is the old one. Here is the new one. So then you can see that the fields are all nice. I can actually put my name in. Now I did try to do a HTML web to email, and I ran into a lot of problems with the PHP coding and with people were saying that you had to maybe have a third server for it to go to, and I just kind of gave up on the idea that and just thought it can just make a case, which is what it's designed to do. And then here is the one that's generated from the contact forms within of Salesforce. Okay, the last one is actually a flow. You can create a flow. So I tried to create a flow that had a portfolio contact form to email. And I guess you could do a triggered flow as well. So if it updated a case object, you could actually maybe have them send you an email. But the flow looked like this. Created it, it had a screen element where you just created fields, and then a thank you message with a text field, and then the action to send an email to me. And when I run this is all nice and well and it works. But when I embedded it into the digital experiences page, I don't know if I have to adjust some permissions to make it work. It didn't send it to my email when I did that, but then that's okay because I didn't get that far because I didn't think it was very enjoyable to look at. So when you look at it, let's see if we can get back over. It looks like this. Let me see if I can refresh that. So you can see that the fields are here, but then in order to get to them, you have to actually click on it to make the field show up. And I thought, the design of this doesn't work very well because you're searching for the fields, and I didn't like it, so I didn't get that far. Okay, so that is the 3 ways that you can actually create a contact form, and I just love that there's all these options. I don't think I went over this. You can create the styles for your buttons, etc., and the fields, and then you could actually do a confirmation thank you on the bottom. And in the end, I think what I'm going to go with is the built-in contact form because it's going to do exactly what I want it to do, and it's kind of nice because then you can you don't have to go searching for the code. You already have that global action already set up to use anywhere you want. Thank you for joining me for this session.